Okay, if you missed class yesterday, which would be Tuesday, November 15th, this is what we did. So, again, follow along. So, you will go to Google Classroom, 1114. You will click Open and create a document. Be sure to format it, MLA format. Remember, first, change font size to size 12. Insert the page number. Type your last name. Make sure there is space between your name and the page number. Click below the line. Make sure that line spacing is at double before you type. Then, of course, put in your heading, your name, teacher's name, assignment title, and date. Before you type anything, okay, click enter, and then you're going to insert page break. Insert page break. Once you have done that, it takes you to this page, right? Works cited. So first thing you do is click on the center alignment. You'll type works cited, WORKS CITED. Don't underline it or add anything special. Once you're done, click enter and then left align. When you go to actively learn, you will then get the citations for all of the pieces that you'll be using. So copy those, paste those here. Make sure that when you get to the end of the line, right, remember to click enter and then tab so that the first line is at the margin and the next line is indented. Do not forget if you have a name, it's last name, comma, space, first name, period. Okay? Last name, comma, space, first name, and in this case has an initial, period. All right? Make sure your works cited page is accurate. Then you will go up here. Now you're going to type your introduction. Your introduction is about the Electoral College and what it is. So as we know, the Electoral College is a group of people who go to Washington to cast votes for a state. The number of electors a state has is based on the number of representatives in Congress and 2 for the Senate. Okay. You also need to add that in this system, it's a winner take all. So, whichever candidate wins the election wins all the electoral votes for that state. Then you add your judgment statement. This is a flawed system. And then what you want done and needs to be abolished. Okay? That's your introduction. If you can add a little more about the Electoral College, this one's a bit sparse. Okay, so now what you're going to do then is when you go to actively learn, let me bring that up. You now need to include one of the arguments you're using in your favor. So I will go, so I have to go to student mode, la la la. Okay, so I'll open up this one and I'm looking for something in green. So here I have, so support may be heavily concentrated in a few states. So this is one of my arguments against the Electoral College, that if a candidate wins just a few specific states, they can win the whole thing. Here is my citation. I know that my author is Kimberling, So what I'll do back here in my paper is first start off with I'm going to put Kimberline writes, not says. So Kimberline writes, and this is what he's writing. Okay. Um, so this is about having support in just a few states. Now, this is not really going to, the wording won't fit really well with my sentence. So instead, I'm just going to paraphrase it. So Kimberline writes that a candidate can win if he has heavy support in just a few states. Not putting my words in parentheses lets people know that the idea is his, but the wording is mine. Okay? That's a paraphrase. So now that I have listed, right, his idea, I can now add my ideas. So I'm going to copy and paste my comment. I'm going to go back over here. So I'm going to paste, but I will paste without formatting. So a candidate only needs to win a few states, in some cases just 12. This means 38 states can vote against that candidate, yet that candidate will still win the election. This, again, is not a candidate of the people. This is against democracy. And I do need to add some more comment here, right? So, president should represent the majority of the people, not a minority of states. And, this could cause the union to have division and anger. So this shows how the system is flawed. So make sure, so right here, this is it's basically my claim and it's my evidence. You need to make sure that what you have is 2 to 3 times longer than your evidence and claim. Okay? So what you need then by the end of Tuesday is to have your introduction and first body paragraph. Okay? All right. So that is it for Tuesday.